I'm going to speak about the formation of school teachers in Haiti. First, I will give you a few facts. The population of Haiti is 10 million and will be 15 million in 2050. The income per day and head is $2.7 average. Remember that for United States or other country developed, it is $100 a day. So in Haiti, it's 2.7, and one half of the population has an income of less than $1 per day. 5 years after the earthquake of 2010, 150,000 people are still homeless. I will give you data on the education, on the pupils, on the teachers, and the schools. For the pupils, we have 3 million children to be scholarized, but 0.5 million will be excluded from the system for various social reasons. Hundreds of thousands of those scholarized children are what is called in Haiti overaged. That means that they have maybe 3-4 years above the usual age. And this is a typical characteristic of the Haitian school, the existence of this overage. The age at entrance in school is usually the children are 8 to 9 years old, to be compared with developed countries where it is less than 6. The instruction time per year in school is 850 years, and the international norm is 1,000 hours. 33% of children entering school will reach the 5th year. So only 1/3 of the children will achieve the regular courses. 1% of the children will enter university. 43% of the Haitian population is illiterate, and maybe more. Teachers, this is maybe my most important slide. The first line has to be corrected. The number of teachers is not 60,000, it's 120,000. There are 120,000 teachers in Haiti, but 400 receive a formation per year. And look at the bottom of this slide. 85% of the school teachers have received no formation at all. And 30% of the school teachers are below the 9th grade. Now 90% of the schools are private enterprise. That means that the Ministry of Education with which we work controls only 10% of school. So 70% of this private school have no habilitation. 56% of the school are in precarious quarters. 77% of school have no electrical power. I want to insist on this major issue in Haiti. The Constitution stipulates that the country is bilingual, French and Creole. But 93% of Haitians speak only Creole, and 100% of the business of the country, politics, economics, administration, education, use French. Conclusion, the majority of the population is left out of the system, with major consequence in civic attitudes. I quote a well-known professor who said that after 13 years of primary and secondary formation, the majority of the students in the first year university are found not to master sufficiently the French language to grasp the nuance of the concept and to start scientific studies. Many cannot formulate adequately their thought, nor write in an understandable form the result of their reflection. I want to quote the president of Haiti, Martelly. The issue is very serious because of the situation prevailing in the education system since decades. And what you can see in this slide at the bottom of it is the fact that a number of schools have provided no success at all for the children at the end of the courses. So we have proposed a program which was initiated as relief after the destruction of the earthquake of 2010. The initial idea was to propose modules prepared in France and new satellite or fiber links to distribute them in schools. The program was approved by authorities and a cooperation between French institutions and the ministry was started. We were told to deploy our modules in what the Haitian call FACAP. That means Fundamental School of Application. The FACAP network has been set up by European money to complement the formation of school teachers. 38 of them exist. Each of them is a building situated not too far from 20 to 40 schools, and is a center of formation for the teachers of all these schools. So 40 to 50 teachers per year are formed by each FACAP. Each FACAP, now that's an important point for us, hosts 2 to 3 teaching counselors, which we call CP, in charge of training school teachers. We are working 11 of them, which are the red dots. The definition of the program is a Franco-Haitian program. It is not what we started to do. It's now strengthening teaching capacities of school teachers, because we found what I just mentioned, that 85% of the teachers have no formation at all. So we've decided that the top priority was to form better teachers. So we have equipped 11 FACAP with power supply, computer hardware, internet links, 2 teachers per school, spend 1 day per week at FACAP for our program. That means 120 hours of formation per year for a total of 440 teacher students, with as a content 6 modules: science, mathematics, French, health and hygiene, inclusion to school, and computing and communication. And what is essential is the method which is used, which is active pedagogy by the la main à la pâte system. This is an example of our equipment for the school. Now, I want to insist on our 4 principles. We have 4 principles: humility, iteration, appropriation, investigation. Humility, we are not imposing our culture, our words, nor our methods. Local needs define the program. Students participate in the elaboration of the message. Contents and methods are in permanent evolution. This shows, for instance, a mixture of the French providers of contents and the CPs of Haitian origin. The second principle is iteration, and this means that we are organizing the program with 2 loops. There is a first loop where we create modules in France. Those modules are sent to Haiti, and there is an iteration cell which transforms completely the content into a content which can be digested by our students. That's what we call Haitianization of the content. That means adapt vocabulary, proposed modified presentation of concept, prepare material for class experiments. Then those digested products are returned to France, and they come back and forth. This is the first loop. Now, the second loop is very important. Our students come to one day per week to receive our formation. Then they return next week to their class, and they use what they have learned immediately. And there is a strong impact on the students, and the students of the children, and so we can have a product which is digested by the children. This is the loop, the 2 loops. First loop on the left between France and Haiti, and second loop between the FACAP and the school. The third principle is appropriation. That means that it has to become completely Haitian. The PCs become cognizant. The teachers use immediately the material in their class. No teaching, no training by French personnel. And we hope that at some time the PCs will be able to create modules. The fourth principle in investigation, that means essentially la main à la pâte principle, active pedagogy, all children participate, group work. Here is some our children, some our PC preparing material, group work on health and hygiene, experimenting. Now the flow of operation, that means what I've just explained, how it works. In the last years, up to 2014, we have been working in 11 FACAP. We have 31 CP working for us, 1,100 student teachers, 55,000 school children impacted. And we have had both internal and external evaluation, which have been satisfactory. What we are providing on the top of modules, we provide documents to help CPs and students, master guides, trainer's guide, data sheets for supervision and observation, and for the preparation of lectures. But we are adding now something very interesting, videos presenting a lecture taught in real conditions by an Haitian teacher following our teaching method. I have a small of those, one copy of these movies. If I have the time, I will show it to you. We believe that these videos are very important. Now we are in the transition. The ministry intends to enlarge the system, and here are the perspective. We expect that the Haitian government will adopt the THH model for large-scale diffusion, 10,000 classrooms. You have seen that we have 11 FACAP, and that means 11 multiplied by about 30 or 40 classrooms. That's of the order of 500. We are going to move to 10,000 classrooms next year. So the TH method should form the basis of the formation of the school teachers in the public system of primary teaching. What we are planning right now is a fairly big step. We are going to move by first forming trainers of trainers by a French team. Then this is being done now. Then those trainers of trainers will train the trainers, 600 of them, in the next months. And those 600 will again teach 9,060 teachers during the year 2016. Now, real enlargement. 60,000 schools operate in Haiti. If the government acts, 10,000 schools, I've just said, will receive the necessary formation of the teachers that we want to provide. But that means that 80% of the school will be left with teachers having received no formation. So what we'll do is very small compared to the problem. 80% of the school will be left without. So a reform program, as our program, has to be introduced in private schools. And the private schools, we have not been able to reach them up to now. So I hope, as a matter of fact, is one of the reasons I came to Rome, is that I hope to convince the top-level management of the Catholic schools to discuss with us to adopt our doctrine and to act together by forming a coordination committee. We have been approached by school directors in Haiti Catholic who want to use la main à la pâte, and so we expect that it will be accepted. I talked with Monsignor Zani, and we'll start discussing the extension of the program to the Catholic school, and this is, of course, a major step after the complete transformation of the public system, which we are expecting to do. Now, I just want to conclude by quoting Dr. Prema, who gave a speech very interesting about India, and she said, she asked the question, is it necessary to teach hygiene and health in a village when there is no water? And this is a problem that we have in very poor country like Haiti, we have to start at the very, very bottom and be humble, not try to overdo it. We have a very serious issue. We are not in Singapore. We have teachers who are receiving a salary of $120 a month. $120 a month. How can you live with that? And this means that they are having all a second job. They are all doing a very bad work in the schools. So maybe the situation, we don't believe that our mission is impossible. Thank you.